I think there's no other way to say this, but I like shitty singing voices. It seems like an odd thing to say, right? Who in their right mind wouldn't want somebody who's talented, with a great, powerful voice, who can hold a note endlessly and keep it going for days while at that high pitch and make it go up and down in that fashion, right? Who doesn't love that? But before we talk about why I think crappy singing voices are overlooked, let me tell you about why I like them. I think maybe the biggest explainable reason is maybe that I find it more relatable. Like, for example, I'm a burger guy, so a lot of times I'll have a burger for a meal. But does that mean I don't enjoy the occasional steak? No, but I'm not going to go eat steak every day. And by all means, I think this is a personal preference, but I just prefer singing voices that I could possibly hear when I go karaoke with my friends. I feel like there's this quality of familiarity, like the girl next door. And I think that's pretty in line with what idols are trying to sell. I mean, if you look at the whole genre, it's all about approachability. Nothing is special, and that's what makes it special. Like, even the dance moves are pretty simplistic. But that's also to keep it simple so everyone can be involved. And like I said, there's also the personal preference. So for instance, I love the nasal quality in Japanese idol singers. I think this is something very specific to Japanese idols. I think it's also very confusing to other people too, who are not familiar with it, because they can't wrap their mind around why somebody would like that sound as someone's singing voice. And I can't exactly explain it, why. But I guess logic would dictate that because there's such a spectrum of things that people like, if there's someone out there that likes the strong, powerful voice, there's got to be his or her opposite who likes the not so powerful voice. And I've used the word crappy a couple times in this video, but let's also be clear that it's not like they can't sing at all or are completely out of tune. It's that idols' singing voices are not what you would consider professional. And I made this distinction when I took my mom to go see an idol group. I have a really good relationship with my mom, and she knows the kind of things I'm into. Actually, she's one of the first people I told that I bought a cuddle pillow when I came back from one of my early trips to Japan. So anyways, back to the story. When I took her to go see this group, her first impressions when I asked her after the show, she said, "Oh, I expected them to be much better singers." So then came this realization that for you to get into something completely new, there needs to be something that makes an impression on you. Generally with music groups, this has to do with singing talent or instrument talent. Like, for example, you go see a band, and even if you don't know the band, when the drummer goes off on his solo or the guitarist goes off on his solo, everybody goes, "Woo!" Even though they may not know anything about playing the guitar or drums, there's some sort of quasi-layman's recognition of skill. And I think in a weird way, that reassures them that this is something legit that they can like. But you don't have that with idols. There's no instrumentation, the focus isn't on the singing, and the dancing doesn't stand out to people either. Or at least not to people walking by. I mean, imagine if idols were doing head spins on stage, or some sort of other breakdancing move. People walking by would be like, "Oh, hey, wow, she's talented. I'm a fan of hers." But it's weird though, right? With idols, I feel like all the talent is not readily observable. It lies within the personalities of the performers, in their commitment, with all the staff and behind the scenes, like songwriting or choreography. So it's this really hard sell. And not only that, but because people can't see immediately, they oftentimes assume something else, which I don't think is the case for most idol fans. So I guess I just want to reiterate, I love the not so powerful idol voice. I like being able to distinguish between the uniqueness in each member's voice. Like, I'm pretty sure that every idol fan has hit that moment when they're listening to their favorite group's song and they hear a line and they go, "Oh man, that's totally so-and-so." I love that feeling when you can pick out a girl's voice out of a group of 16. It's like a hidden talent you develop. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one in the world that enjoys it in that way. But I guess let me know in the comments below. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.